Hey, good morning, everyone. It's about 5:40 in the morning here in Honolulu, which means it's just going into lunch in New York. Let's do a little early report today. Kind of fluxy the market this morning, right? The Dow's down real big. The S&P is just kind of trickling down with the Dow a little bit, but we're starting to see a little bit of what we've talked about the last few days with Apple and some of the other stocks starting to push the Nasdaq a little bit higher, which should at some point help the S&P, Tesla. Of course, on your QQQs, which the play we're in right now, it's heavy, right? On Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Facebook, Google, Alphabet, right? So we're just kind of in a wait and see on that right now. We're right at the cusp of profitability on those Q options we've been talking about the last week or so. So we'll see how this afternoon plays out, but we're doing a little early report because there's just not a whole lot to talk about right now, besides the same old, same old. So let's kind of pop over. Let's look at some charts today. So you can see here, we got the NASDAQ chart, and you see how it's right on the cusp of breaking out to that all-time high there. One shot, two shots, three shots gone, right? Oil, our energy plays, we're going to sit tight on those. You can see oil is just still making that huge move that it's been making there. Futures are pretty much across the board are down. Other than that, Bitcoin, how about Bitcoin? How's our chart there? So we called that, right? We called the capitulation, we called the sideways motion, we called the break of the downtrend, and here we are at 40,600. So we were buyers in here. All our crypto portfolios are starting to look really, really nice. We bought we talked about it, right? If you're a buyer or a hold long or a hodler like we are, you either hodl up over there or you add a little few coins to your portfolio. We did a little bit of both, right? We talked about we own the V chain, VET, the ADA, the Cardano, and we own another coin I can't remember. Oh, Tron, TRON, which three little coins, and we talked about it, right? We right now what we're doing is in the Voyager account, because we can fund that, we're trading the smaller coins. As we build a little profit, we cash them out, we move it into Bitcoin, and we send it over the Nexo, because the Nexo, we get the daily interest and stuff like that. So it's constantly compounding. So all systems go there on the Bitcoin chart right now. It got a little bit of help, right? Elon Musk came out and said Tesla might be doing its taking payment again with Bitcoin for some reason. I don't know how. I mean, the whole globe has been trying to solve the green problem for years. Elon seems to be convinced that the miners have solved the green problem in just a couple weeks. Good job. Tudor Jones, right? Tudor Jones, very famous investor, called the 1987 stock market crash. He was talking about his inflation trades this morning and the Fed meeting coming up on Wednesday, which I'll talk to you in about a second. But he also too said that he has some Bitcoin and he likes Bitcoin, and that helped too. So a little bit of that bad vibe that Bitcoin had over the last couple weeks, right? Once it did this, all that news and stuff just kind of went into the crapper, right? And all of a sudden it's getting a little bit more bullish. We'll see if it holds. We'll leave that Fibonacci on there, because we know if we can get over that 23.6 point, the next shot should be at that 38.2, which is right about 44,000 for the asset. Let's see how it acts over here. Okay. It doesn't have a lot of resistance in there. Remember that selling was fast and furious. So a lot of those coins came out of pockets, went into strong, long pockets here, and we'll see if it gets a little bullish going forward. Again, patience, guys. It's easy to, I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because you hear me talk about it all the time, but how hard is it? It's probably the most difficult thing you can do in trading, and that's being patient with your trades. You look at the Q trade that we've been in, right? That thing got a little funky, it got a little weird, right? But we stuck with the trade because we read the charts, we read the technicals, and we knew that we were on the right path. Right now, we're at close to profitability on that. We might be cashing it out this afternoon or tomorrow. I don't know. Hopefully today, right? It's always nice to put money in your pocket. But the patience, just like with the Bitcoin, it's so easy. You know, we were on YouTube watching YouTube videos this weekend. And again, you know, people, the Black Swan, one guy that has a million viewers or something like that, 60,000 viewers or stuff. Again, saying sell your Bitcoin, something bad's gonna happen. You know, that was what, like 4,000 points ago. Be patient and trade your trades. You know what I mean? Don't be part of the crowd. The crowd's usually wrong. I'll give you guys an example here. Back in the day, in the 80s, before you had the internet and stuff like that, you know, everybody liked sports gambling. And when on Monday morning, when you would open up the sports page, you know, you'd have all your bar ads, right? You know, sports fans like bars. But you'd also have these get tonight's winner for the Monday night football game. You get tonight's winner, guaranteed winner. If you lost the money on the weekend, get it all back right now. All they used to do was those people that sold those Monday night picks used to do is they had a connection with the casino, like an MGM or something like that. And they had a connection with the sports book. And it was actually public information if you asked for it. And all they would do is anytime 70 to 75% of the public went one way on a bet, they just gave you the other side. Why? Because the crowd's usually wrong. There's an old saying about that, right? The crowded trade is the wrong trade. So if a trade gets too crowded, that's the time to sell. And it fits into the old stock saying, right? You buy when they sell, you sell when they buy. Same thing with these guys were doing with the sports picks, right? When everybody was buying the Rams, they were selling the Rams, right? Same thing. So look, guys, let's don't get too far into today. I don't want to keep you too long on the update. The Nasdaq's real bullish. Futures are looking good. You know, the Dow's down a little bit, but it's a lot of it's got to do with Boeing, and some of your big components are really struggling today after having little run-ups and stuff like that. All eyes are on Wednesday afternoon with the Fed, right? Everybody wants to know what we're going to do about this energy increase, which leading to inflation and things like that. Do we have enough growth to handle inflation? What's their view on it? What's their plan? Is the evil word tapering going to come back in, right? So there's a little subdued action to the market today and probably tomorrow, and especially Wednesday morning. That's why we're looking to get out of these queues, hopefully before that meeting release on Wednesday afternoon. If we have to hold them a little longer, we will. We're patient traders. We know that, unless something gets really ugly. Other than that, we'll stick on those energy plays. We like the MRO. MRO is having a big day today. We like the Suncor's having a big day, pushing towards that $26. We're at a $25 strike all the way out to September. The ET made a big push today at that 1150 level. All systems are go on energy right now. And you saw it too with Tudor Jones, right? He talked about, depending on what the Fed says on Wednesday, whether to go all in on the inflation trade, right? So tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about inflation stocks. We'll talk about 3 or 4 inflation stocks in case you're looking for ideas and you don't have time to research. Other than that, let's relax. It's Monday. Let's get the week started. Let's see how we shake out here. We think we'll get a little even more bullish on the NASDAQ going into the afternoon. It looks like a little bit more excitement's coming into that tech trade. And guess what? Of the 3 indexes, of your 3 major indexes, your Dow, your S&P 500, and your NASDAQ, the NASDAQ is the only one that hasn't made an all-time high recently. But like you just saw on the futures chart, it's just that close. So let's see if we get over that hump before we make any decisions. Let's be patient traders, okay? All right, guys. So other than that, you guys have a great day. We'll be back with another update tomorrow. Political news is pretty tame right now, right? We just had the G7 and stuff like that. You know, we were stumbling over words at the, you know, we mistake, I think it was Libya for Syria or something like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. This administration's embarrassing already. But we're stock traders, and so we just want to know what the chart says, right? Anyways, guys, you have a great afternoon. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow with another update. Like I said, we're still holding long on Bitcoin and the 3 coins that I talked about. We're still using the same system. We're trading in the Voyager. When we make some profit, we move it into Bitcoin. We send the Bitcoin over the Nexo, and then it's distributed into what we like over there. We're holding in the Nexo. We're holding Ether. We're holding Bitcoin. We're holding some Nexo coins, so we get that extra interest, right? We're not big on the Nexo coin, but we're big on something that ups that interest. We'll tell you that. So we're not even concerned with the price on that, just that had the hold in that Nexo portfolio. And our favorite coin, right, which is the Stellar coin. We love that Stellar coin, and we'll hold that for quite some time. All right. And we'll add to it too here and there. It's kind of down right now. Other than that, guys, let's see how we shake out. Okay. It looks like the NASDAQ is making a little push here. In fact, before we let you go, I know I promised to let you go, but I'm not going to. Let's go see on a 5-minute chart how this bad boy looks. Now, take into consideration that the trading view chart is not live. It's a little bit delayed. But you can see here, you know, we made another push towards that day high. It's right off that all-time high. And now it's kind of consolidating a little bit around that moving average. You can see the momentum still strong. The RSI is still fairly strong. So we'll see how it goes into the afternoon. The Dow chart, wah, wah, wah. You can see, but it looks like maybe some momentum's coming into the Dow. Maybe it'll push everything up in the afternoon. You know, it's the conundrum here, guys, is so much talk about inflation and stuff, right? And the general, it looked a few days ago, right? Like gold was reacting to that inflation issue, but it just got blasted off 1900. For you guys that follow the show know, one thing about gold is it's really weird. It gravitates to those round numbers, 1850, 1900, 1950, and so like that. And you'll see that those areas will become good support when it's above, and it'll be difficult resistance when it's below. Look how it pushed off that 1900. It just backed right off, and that's with this Fed meeting coming up, where inflation is probably going to be the focus. Does this mean that Bitcoin is now your inflationary protection trade? Who knows? Only time will tell. So look, guys, let's see how we shake out the rest of the day. You guys stay good in your trades, stay strong in your trades. The market doesn't look, it's not as bad as it looks right now, as far as chart wise and stuff like that. So you guys have a great afternoon. Let's go look at that NASDAQ one more time. You can see it's backing off a little bit. Let's get on that 5-minute. Again, these are delayed quotes, so you know what I mean? What you're looking at might be different right now. Other than that, let me come off the screen share so I can say goodbye properly. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and see how the afternoon shakes out. You're never going to tell the stock market what to do. Okay. And that's why you have charts, because the market is using charts to tell you what it's going to do. Right now, it looks like it's a patient trade right now. And there's just so much eyes on that Wednesday meeting. Other than that, one thing Tudor Jones did say that made a lot of sense is that this market's really gonna gravitate off the next consumer price index report, which is soon coming up. I'll let you guys know about that. I haven't checked the exact date, but that consumer price index really shocked the market the last time it came out. The market took it into stride, right? And we talked about it, how even your major medias like CNBC just missed a whole part of that puzzle, which was your labor report, your continuing claims. More people were coming off unemployment than they have in a long time, and less people were going onto unemployment. So not only did you have less people going on to unemployment, you had the ones that were already on unemployment coming off and going back to work. That's what rescued the market in that CPI environment. So good job, CNBC, with the GameStop. You know what I mean? Because that's what's important right now, right? Pom poms, baby. Gotta have the pom poms. Anyways, we don't do pom poms here, but hopefully you got some good information. If you did, you know what to do, subscribe and all that stuff. Other than that, we'll see you guys soon. Tomorrow morning.